I'm joined by Marty Kirby now to talk a little bit about the Mountain Man Camp. Is that the correct name for it? Yes, Mountain Man Camp.
Mountain Man or Buckskinner Camp.
Excellent. So this is a time for us to step back in time and learn a little bit about history. What can people learn when they come here?
Oh, you can learn a lot about the Mountain Man and the trapping and how they migrated to the west as the fur traders, and this would be kind of like a little rendezvous where they come to purchase wares and furs and supplies to keep them going throughout the rest of the year.
And when people come to one of your demonstrations, what are you showing them?
Well, we do some tomahawk throwing and some fire starting skills, and we got a flint knapper and just different things that would have happened on the plains at the time.
I see that a lot of people do show up for this, and obviously this is a very popular event. Why do you think people enjoy coming to see this?
Just goes back to the old heritage, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
People like to connect with their roots, don't they? Yeah. And is that something that you enjoy bringing to them?
Oh yeah, we've been here a long time, so keep coming. Let them see a little bit of how it is back in the day.
And how many shows do you do a day?
We only do one.
Okay.
But we got ongoing demonstrations here and there in the camp.
So people can kind of come by at their leisure and talk to you and learn a little bit?
Yeah, that's the best.
Okay. And where do they find you?
I'm in the first tent, and then we got several other camps and lodges around here.
So it's best to come in, relax a little bit, take your time, spend a little time getting to know everyone.
Get some fried bread, go for it.
Well, we learned all about the fry bread yesterday, so you can't skip that.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking to us. Appreciate your time. The fair is also about celebrating all those local businesses, especially those that have been around for years. We spoke with one family business known for its organic bar soaps and its lengthy history right out here at the fair. Well, hey, it has been hot and muggy out here at the State Fair, so of course we all want to go home and lather up, and you are in luck. You can get yourself a nice treat out here with Sudsy Soapcakes.
Yes.
Tell me about this.
Well, Sudsy Soapcakes has been at the Iowa State Fair for about 33 years.
Wow.
In this spot.
Okay.
We started in 1982.
Okay.
My mother and father started the company.
Yeah.
And it's an all-natural, non-toxic, only 3 ingredients, which you're not going to find anywhere.
Right. Yeah.
And we're online primarily, and I just have a pop-up boutique for the Iowa State Fair every year.
Okay. And this is something that I think a lot of people are looking for right now, products that are simpler in ingredients.
Simpler, non-toxic, it doesn't have any of the stuff in it that's going to harm our skin or our body in any other way. We think it truly matters what we put on our skin, so soap is definitely that. Something that everybody needs, and they need to use it, and it needs to be clean, and it needs to be safe.
There you go. And the fragrance when you walk in the booth, it is so nice and clean smelling.
All essential oils, that's where it's at. No synthetics.
There we go.
Yes.
What do you like about coming out here and working at the fair?
Oh, wow. Man, well, it's a tremendous privilege to be able to do it. It's been a lot of my lifetime, so I feel just kind of like a family reunion when we come here. So we end up running into people. I have a lot of regulars who stock up for the year, and they praise our booth, and it's very humbling and very rewarding. So that's kind of my favorite.
You talked about those repeat customers, but for the people who haven't seen you before, where can they find you?
Online, so at sudsysoapcakes.com. That's where I'll be, unless you want to come out here and get some.
Yeah.
So that is currently the place that you would find any of my products.
Okay,
yes.
And if they're walking out of the fair, where are you located?
Heritage Village. And the 2 best landmarks would be the Susan Knapp stage and the old church.
Okay, and I know this is a family affair for you out at the
fair. It is, yes, yeah. Everybody's pretty much out here, so everybody's coming and going.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it too.
There's a lot of great animal contests out at the fair every year, but it is hard to get more majestic than the Society Horse Show. That is kicking off tonight at 8 p.m. I spoke to one of the riders from Greenwood Stables about what it's like being judged in front of this big audience. So take a look. Well, tonight is the start of the Society Horse Show here at the Iowa State Fair. So we're going to see a lot of beautiful horses. We're joined by one of them, Franklin, the American Saddlebred, and Alicia Kritzler of Greenwood Stables. So hello, Alicia.
Hello.
And you are from Norwalk, so you're a local gal. You're showing here at the Iowa State Fair.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what you are showing in.
So I am showing in like the society part of the horse show in like the saddle seat classes, and I will be showing in the classic pleasure class. So that is just like a classical saddlebred basically. Yeah, that's what our horses will be showing in.
And he's a saddlebred. So what is special about the saddlebred horse?
So saddlebreds naturally trot a lot higher. Their knees come up and their heads and their necks will go up higher. So that's what really makes them unique and separated than the other horses, yeah.
And when people are walking through, I notice that they're very social horses, aren't they?
Oh yeah, for sure. They love the people.
Okay, so you work on this year round. I gotta admit, I'm gonna be transparent here. I know Alicia because Alicia and my daughter show horses together. So I know you work on this very hard year round.
Yeah, for sure.
And you show all over the place. In fact, right after this, you're heading out, right?
Yeah, going to Kentucky.
For the World's Championship Horse Show. Okay, so we've got world-class horses showing here at the Iowa State Fair.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite part about showing at the Iowa State Fair?
I love like showing the people that don't know about saddlebreds and don't know about saddle seat. I love showing them like what we're all about and how cool our breed is and how different it is from other breeds.
And for people who love horses and would love to come through and meet some, should they walk through and say hi to Franklin?
For sure. He loves people so much.
What's your favorite thing about this horse?
Oh, he just has the best personality all the time. He is like the most loving horse I've ever met. Oh.
He is just wonderful. He's a superstar. He's noticing something over there that he's pretty interested in. Well, Alicia, thank you so much for talking to us and sharing your horses with the Iowa State Fair. Nice to catch up with you today.
Yes, of course.
Now, one of the big favorites out here at the fair is seeing all of the animals, especially the baby animals. They're pretty cute. I saw a few this morning.
Yeah.
What's better than a baby animal?
Probably not a whole lot. Now, for my personal purposes, wait till like a little after they're born.
Hey, we saw one brand newborn this morning.
That's, I'm good.
It was cute, though.
I'm
cute.
sure.
Yeah, his name was Ricky. It was a baby calf.
See, that's the one thing. The names people will name animals are just like two opposite ends of the spectrum. It's either something really insane or something like Ricky, just normal. Just
so what would you name a baby calf if you had a baby calf right now?
Probably Steve.
So why?
Because it'd be funny.
There you have it.
I would find it funny. For that reaction, it makes it worth it to me.
Oh, all right. Well, we're being told to wrap it up. Our
fine.
soapbox about baby animals. But, hey, we got more important people to get to. This morning, I was out at the Animal Learning Center, and they told me a little bit about what you can experience out there and also introduced us to a new baby goat. I am joined right now by Emma Liss, who is an employee at the Animal Learning Center with Bondurant FFA, just graduated, and now you're spending part of your summer here at the Animal Learning Center. Emma, thanks for being with us this morning. Start off by telling me a little bit about the Animal Learning Center and your role here.
Yeah, so at the Animal Learning Center here, we have a variety of different students who are able to participate in all the things that we have to offer. A couple of my favorite parts is when we're able to help with the birthing of our animals. So all of our mamas come here ready to have their babies and have a big educational experience for everybody. We do morning and night chores, and then we're just in charge of the care and the welfare of all of our animals while they're here.
And tell me about one of the babies we have right here.
Yeah, so I believe this is Megan. She was actually born the day that Megan Maroney came to the state fair, so we thought that'd be too fun that we named her Megan Maroney. Yeah, we were hoping Megan would come down to see her, but she was obviously very busy with the concert that night, but she's one of our favorites. She's very snuggly and she's sweet.
Okay, Megan Maroney, you heard that. You got to come out and meet your baby right now. That is amazing. Okay, so obviously you guys monitor a lot of births. I know you talked about that, and there was actually one this morning. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so one of our Charolais cows had a calf this morning. It was a little steer calf or bull calf. We named him Ricky, actually. A lot of our mamas that come here have had babies before, and we just do that to ensure the health of our mamas and our babies, that they know what they're doing. They've done this before. They are experienced and they are ready. And so she had him completely by herself, and she's been a fantastic mama since. So
that is amazing, all by herself. That is, I feel like that has to be pretty hard to do, right?
Yeah, all by herself. She does really great. A lot of our mamas have been absolute rock stars here, which is just wonderful and what we absolutely want to see.
Okay, tell me about, from your perspective, working here, what it's like and the benefits that it brings to you, and then your experience working here and just why you enjoy it so much.
Yeah, so I grew up on a farm. We raise cattle and poultry, so I've always loved the livestock side of things. And I'm actually headed to Iowa State this fall to major in agricultural communications and education. So working here, I'm able to get my fill of livestock and all the fun and everything that has to do with birth and our babies. And then I'm also able to educate. That's one of my favorite parts. We switch to different stations every 30 minutes, so we just get to see different animals and talk to different people. And by far, all the questions that everyone has is my favorite part, being able to educate about all of our different species, and especially as the births are happening and all of that fun stuff.
And tell me about, as you're educating kids. Oh, Megan's
Yes.
making a little noise.
She's talking
You're
to us.
okay, Megan. But as you're educating, kids and adults as well, just tell me about how seeing them learn, kind of what it means to you and how cool of an experience it is to be able to spread that knowledge to so many people.
Yeah, so I actually grew up in town. I've only lived on our farm for about 4 or 5 years, but I got into 4-H when I was in 3rd grade. And so seeing these people coming in and asking questions, and especially the little ones being interested in all of this, just it really sparks the joy in me that I got to grow up doing this, and I've had this educational opportunity throughout my life, and being able to share that with others is just so rewarding and so fulfilling, which is why I want to go into ag education and communication, just to be able to share my passion and love for the agricultural industry and spread some true knowledge.
I love it. Anything else and any final words you want to leave people with about the Animal Learning Center and what they can expect here?
Yeah, so we would love just everyone to come on down. I think we have one more cow we're waiting to calve, but it's a great time. We have our sensory-friendly mornings a couple times, so we had one from 8 to 9 this morning. If you're just looking for something a little quieter, just something a little easy for your morning, but we're always open and always welcome. We're 9 to 8 every day, so come down and see our baby animals, pet them, ask all the fun questions, and yeah, enjoy the Iowa State Fair.
I love it, Emma. Thank you so much. Appreciate you joining us. Same with Megan. Oh, Megan's gnawing a little bit. Thank you so much. Animal Learning Center, come out, see all the precious baby animals whenever you get a chance.
Well, Craig here drew the short straw, and he gets to talk to me today about Central Iowa Tractor Club on the Grand Concourse. You got quite the setup today, Craig.
Oh yeah, and the people that grabbed me and forced me out here will pay for that.
I love it.
But that's the way we are. We have a lot of fun.
I can tell you have a lot of fun, and I can tell you all love tractors. So tell us what you brought out here today.
Well, I brought, kiddingly, I call them John General Purpose tractors because I was born and raised on all of our equipment. But yeah, I've got a 1948 Model A John Deere.
Okay, and there's a lot of variety out here.
Yeah, there is. I am the one that coordinates all this, and it's mostly John Deere. We do have some Alice Chalmers, some red tractors, like Farmall, Case IH. We've got a Ford tractor behind us. It's got some history behind it that deals with a Henry Ford. So yeah, there's a lot of, if you have a favorite tractor, you're going to find it out here.
And the fair has said that this is one of their most popular displays on the Grand Concourse. Why is that?
Well, all you have to do is go up on the hill and look down on our display. There's a lot of people down here, and I would assume today there's got to be at least 100,000. This has been busy all day. So it's an agricultural fair. A lot of farm people stop by. They'll say, I was born and raised on a John Deere, a John General Purpose tractor, and or an Oliver, red, whatever it might be. They always have stories to tell. They'll ask, I had this problem with my tractor. How do you fix it? Things like that. It's not a boring day by any means.
Not at all. And the way you all get out of here on the fairgrounds is pretty interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, that was brought to our attention by the state fair people. And at first I thought, really? But then when we started doing it, both sides of the concourse are full. One year there was a young lady pushing a stroller, wasn't watching, and we almost got her. So you've got to watch out for the people that don't pay attention. But I think it's a crowd favorite.
Yeah, they parade out of here, so that's how you go, and that happens right here at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, and again, that was State Fair, kind of their decision, and it's working.
Okay. You love the sound to hear the tractors going out. There's nothing quite like it.
No, again, kiddingly, those 2-cylinder John Deeres, people like that putt-putt sound. I could care less. I like multi-cylinders like an Oliver, but the putt-putt sound, a lot of people like it.
Craig, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Well, thanks for the exposure. We really appreciate it.
Well, we are enjoying the air conditioning in the Elwell Family Food Building, and it is a very important day here because we have kicked off the judging of the Midwest Living Magazine Cookie Competition. I'm joined by Pat Berry, the superintendent of this building. This is a huge competition, is it not?
It's a two-day procedure that we do with that. Today we had a variety of cookies come in. We had a total of 298. Took them just right at about 3 hours to judge that. And then tomorrow we'll have the second half of it, which is a lot of drop cookies and ethnic cookies tomorrow. And last year we had over 300, so I assume we'll have more than last year. So that's amazing and awesome.
And you've said you see a lot of return competitors on this one, but you're seeing some new ones as well.
We always have our return cookie veterans that come every year and try something different as they think of a class. But I've talked to about 15 new exhibitors that are bringing 1 to 3 things, and the veterans need to be worried because they're winning first and second places. So they're coming in with fresh, new, awesome ideas, and so they're going to have to up their game, these veterans are.
What makes a winning cookie? And I know that differs from variation to variation.
What makes the cookie is, we're going to go just chocolate chip, okay? You need a basic recipe. You don't always have to put in extras to have a good cookie, but it needs to have a great texture. It needs to not be overdone, not too brown. Needs to have some tenderness to the center, but not underbaked, not overbaked. It's just right at that perfect sweet spot. And everybody is a little different on how they like that, but this is competition. Compared to the same kind of competition down in the barns. So you've got exactly little things that you need to do to tweak something or to show it. Showmanship is just as important here as it is down at any livestock show.
I was just going to say, this is no joke. I mean,
this is not for the little person at heart. People need to take the time to look at what's in the case if they've never brought anything before, or call me and talk to me. I'll talk to anybody anytime about the fair, which is my favorite topic. But it's knowing at what point you need to stop and quit playing with something and just bake it. It should always be your first sheet that comes out of the oven. You don't double put 2 sheets in at one time, and make sure everything's correct when you do it, and just be conscious of it.
And for anyone who's not been in this building, they really should come through and see the work that's gone into all these products.
Yeah, we do live judging every day of the fair, and so as the days go by, our cases get fuller and fuller. We also have the largest food exhibits of any state fair in the United States, which is very exciting. So a lot of what we have is like we did the kids' family decorated cakes on Friday of the fair. They had a great time. Those you need to come and just see how little kids' minds think. We had regular cakes we did on Friday too. We've done bread since then. We did juniors and intermediates yesterday, and the youth also have classes throughout the premium book with adults. They can. So there's a lot of variety that you can come. If there's a specialty that you like to enjoy, you should be able to find it in the book to bring in and exhibit.
Well, Pat, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in.
I am joined right now by Noah Levy, the horse show superintendent at the one and only Iowa State Fair. Noah, thanks for being with us this morning.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're talking about the horse shows. We're going into our final weekend of the fair. Tell me what is on the docket for the upcoming weekend.
Well, coming up for the weekend is all Percherons, all Clydesdales. And so if you're looking for big, heavy horses, big draft horses, this is the weekend to be here.
And talk a little bit about just the horse shows in general, kind of what people can expect if they want to come out to one of the shows.
Well, the first thing you can expect is an air-conditioned Jacobson Arena. So it's going to be hot this weekend, so come out and enjoy that. We're running draft horse shows almost all day, every day. But the big ones to look for are your 5 p.m. shows, and we start those with our 6-horse hitches. So those are the big hitches everybody's familiar with. They're the ones that everyone's asking, are we going on parade? Well, we kind of are. We're just doing it in the ring. And those are 5 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday at noon.
I love it. A lot to see out here, and I love that you talked about the air conditioning, a big important note, and a fun show at the same time. Okay, so you got a few national shows here. Tell me about those.
We do. So the 2 breeds that we have on the grounds right now are those Clydesdales and the Percherons, and we are very fortunate that the Iowa State Fair is the national show for both of those associations. So we are the Clyde National Show and the Percheron National Show this year, and the Percherons are back for the first time in a long time with their national show. So it's a big deal for Iowa. It's a big deal for the fair to have both of them represented here.
Talk a little bit more about what makes it such a big deal and how, you know, in the horse show world, what this means to have the National here.
Well, a big part of it is the range of classes we're able to offer those exhibitors. It's a bigger show, it's a longer show, but for the exhibitors themselves, it gets them a chance to show these horses in classes that they don't always get to show them in. So it's really more beneficial for the exhibitor to be the national show here at Iowa, but for the fair goer, you get to see extended shows and you get to see a lot of horses because typically that's going to draw those exhibitors in from all over the country. They want to be here for the nationals. And so, yeah, it just means a bigger show for everybody.
How do you become a national show? How are you able to host a national show, and kind of what was the pitch for Iowa, the Iowa State Fair?
Well, we like to think it's just we're so good at this
We are.
that they're coming to us. And for a lot of it, yeah, that is true. But also these guys, they look to spread them around sometimes. They want to make sure that all over the country people are getting some exposure to this. But Iowa's hard to beat. We're in the middle of the country. So that gives you people access to this thing from all over. But our crew here and the team here and the fair itself does a fantastic job at running horse shows. And I think that's a big draw for these national associations. They want to go places where they know things are going to run smoothly and be professional and be prepared. We're always improving. And so this gives us a chance to try to shine and also maybe find some weak spots and improve for later. But, yep.
Best state fair in the entire country. Okay, tell me how many states are represented here at these horse shows being national? Is it, you know, worldwide? I mean, just tell me a little bit more about the people that are here and just to put that national aspect into perspective.
So I wouldn't say worldwide. There are not too many people putting 2,000-pound draft horses on cargo planes. It's been done, but you're not going to do that for showing them here. However, we have some Canadian representatives, especially of the Clydesdale breed. And we actually have a Percheron Clydesdale exhibitor that's here too. So it's national, but we accept our friends north of the border and they come down and really help us improve the size of the show. As far as how many states are represented, I wish I had a number for you, but it is all over. Probably more heavily skewed towards out of state than a lot of the other livestock shows that are on the fairgrounds that are really a lot of local Iowa farms and groups. The draft horse industry is big and nationwide, and we pull from, I'm not going to say every state in the union, but it's a good percentage. We get a lot.
I love it. And for some people who maybe haven't seen a horse show or know what it is, I'm sure that's very few people in the state. But what would you tell them just to, you know, come on out, enjoy it, and just one last final thoughts to leave them with to get people out and see the shows?
To explain a horse show would probably be complicated. We'd need a little more time. But I will tell you this, you don't need to understand. If you love horses, or you think you might love horses, that's the thing. It's like moths to the flame, right? When people come through the barns and they see a horse, they just want to get close. And the horses are the draw. So if you don't understand what's happening in front of you in the ring, ask around. Our announcer is fantastic, and she does a good job of explaining things. But at the end of the day, these are magnificent animals, and you get to see them up close in the ring. Whether you understand the nuance of the judging, it doesn't necessarily matter so much. I think just being able to sit there and enjoy the spectacle is a big part of it. But if you keep coming back, hang in with us for a while, listen to that announcer, watch what's happening, you'll start picking things up. Also, look for the people in the crowd that look like they know what they're doing. We have a lot of horse people that are in the crowd there enjoying it too. And I tell you, there's nothing they love more than explaining what they do as a passion. So ask. Also, walk our barns, ask what's going on. Look for exhibitors who are open to you being near their horses. You can tell just by body language or how they put themselves out in the middle of the horse barn aisles. Those are the ones you want to communicate with. They are there to talk to you, and they want to draw those fairgoers in and continue to improve the show for everybody.
All right, awesome stuff. A lot of great things to see out here. Noah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks.
Well, is there anything out here at the fair that is more iconic and popular than the butter cow? I don't think so. And the line today was, of course, very long. We had the chance to catch up with Sarah Pratt, the butter sculptor, to not only talk about the butter cow, but the other sculptures that are joining the cow this year. Well, we are rounding out the Iowa State Fair, so of course we had to get a status check on the butter cow. It's the longest line here in the agriculture building, maybe on the fairgrounds always. Sarah Pratt, thank you for joining us today.
Of course, glad to do it.
And we see that you have finished the Toy Story sculptures and people are just loving them.
I am so excited. I hear all day long, it's Woody, it's Buzz. It's just exciting that they love it.
And we even have a little Forky over here in the corner too, so people need to look for that.
Yes, it's hidden at the very end of the scene, and I've seen so many kids just light up when they see it.
When I heard that it was the 30th anniversary of Toy Story, I couldn't believe it. How has time passed that much?
I know. Also my high school reunion was this summer, so it's been 30 years, and I don't know.
But I see all different ages lighting up over these sculptures. Why do you think Toy Story, the Butter Cow, all of it just year after year entertains people so much?
The Butter Cow is just a classic icon. People come, they have to see it, they want to get their picture, they want to show their kids, their grandkids, their friends from out of state, and it's just amazing. Of course, Toy Story, there's been decades now that we've grown up, we've raised our kids with the characters, and so it just strikes a chord with so many.
And when you're thinking about something to sculpt, every year at the fair, it's got to have that wow factor. So what are you looking for?
Looking for something that's exciting, that people are going to light up about, that brings a bit of whimsy, but also fun. Really, we're up for any ideas. So bring on the ideas.
And how early do you start planning for next year?
We already have ideas on the list for next year and the years coming. But there's some times where something comes up and it bubbles up. This idea for Toy Story came from the fair, and it beat out some other things that had been on the list for a while. So you never know.
All right. One last question. What do you love the most about carving and sculpting for the fair?
Oh, it's just a lovely tradition to be a part of. I love doing it. I love continuing the memory. I love the fans that come by, the fair goers that celebrate it with us. And I love doing it with my family. So the fact that I get to do it with my kids and my extended family is just so delightful.
Well, thank you for year after year bringing this beloved tradition to us all, Sarah.
Of course.
Well, today was a day of lots of different competitions and activities out of here that maybe you needed to practice for, maybe you could just walk up and do, but that's the beauty of when we have Parks and Rec out here on the fairground.
Absolutely, a day of fun. Come out here and have some fun.
Personally, I love the bubblegum contest. So walk us through some of the things we had going on today.
Yeah, we started the day off with the bubblegum blowing contest and of course all of our different age categories. And then we went right into our pie eating contest. We started that time out with our celebrities. So a few of us had to participate, and then we pop into the young group, and we had what I thought was a record number of folks 61 and older. We actually had a couple rounds of those, so that was very exciting. And then we come down to the grand concourse here and do our first round of our big wheel races for those kids that are age 7 and under. Very popular event. We went through some sidewalk tattoos, the temporary tattoos, a scavenger hunt, and then another round of big wheel races. And all the time we've got the Elks doing their spot shot on the other side of us.
So everybody just out here having fun, staying active. That's what Parks and Rec wants us to be doing.
Absolutely. Get outside, be active, enjoy yourself, have fun. That's what we want the kids to do.
And it doesn't end here at the State Fair as we're ending summer, we're heading into school and fall. What else can we do with Parks and Rec?
Absolutely. If you go to your local Park and Rec agency, they've certainly got their fall and winter brochure out now. So I know we've got kids with some flag football starting, some soccer, all sorts of things outside that happen. And then in the winter, we just roll into indoor activities, a lot of basketball, swimming, things like that. And it's not only just for the kids. We've got a lot of adults out there that enjoy the game of pickleball that they can play pretty much year round now.
That's one of my favorites. I love that game. It's so much fun. And hey, if these contests sounded fun, you're back next year too at the fair.
We are. We're always the second Thursday of the fair each year. So come out and enjoy us. If you missed us this year, just come out next year. The second Thursday of the fair is always the time when we're out here.
All right. Well, everybody had a good time. We just saw the scavenger hunt wrap up. I tell you what, that one was competitive. So get planning for next year.
Absolutely. We had 33 teams competing this year in the scavenger hunt. So it's a good time.
Looks like fun. Kelly, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Well, the Iowa State Fair, of course, showcases food and agriculture, but it is a great way to celebrate the Iowa outdoors. And today we got a chance to catch up with the Hawkeye Fly Fishing Association on what makes fly fishing such a great way to interact with nature. We are over at the DNR building right now. It's shady and breezy and beautiful on a hot day, and we're going to learn about something really fun, and that is fly fishing. Kirk, thank you for joining us. Tell us a little bit about what you're showing people today.
Well, we're doing an intro to fly fishing today. fly fishing is just another great excuse to get out and talk to, or get out in the outdoors. Iowa has some beautiful rivers and streams, and we want to promote this type of activity. It's such a great sport to get out and do.
And you already have a good crowd set up here. Do you find a lot of people are interested in learning about this?
Oh yeah, we've had a lot of kids come over and try to cast with us, which has been great. So that's been a lot of fun.
So you're actually teaching some skills here.
Yes, we're teaching casting, we're teaching fly tying, we're teaching just general stuff about fly fishing and how to enjoy Iowa's outdoors.
Okay, and for the people who can't make it to the state fair, are there ways for them to learn otherwise?
Sure, we are a nonprofit. We meet in Ankeny every third Saturday, September through April. Our meetings are free. We have a lot of presentations, how to fly fish for carp, how to fly fish for bass. We want more people out fishing.
And what is it about fly fishing that is so unique and special?
It's just a different way of doing it. I love to fish other ways as well. For me, it's something special because trout live in beautiful places, and this drove me to go trout fishing.
And after a week at the state fair where we're all together in tight crowds, it might be nice to go out and get a little peace on the water.
It's great to get out and be in nature, and you can find places in Iowa to escape and not see people.
Okay, and will you tell us the name of your organization as well?
Sure, Hawkeye Fly Fishing.
Right, Kirk, thank you so much for sharing your time with us.
My pleasure.
Okay, I had a bit of a wardrobe change because we got to talk about a brand new show. Stop laughing at me like that.
You make it so easy sometimes.
Okay, you're not wrong about that. But we're talking about a brand new show at the fair this year. That is the Highland Cattle Show. Just so you guys can see the shirt, I'm representing the Highland cattle. Now, these are the types of the cows that you see, on the Hobby Lobby and Target pictures.
The decorative ones, the fancy ones.
The fancy cows.
The big fluffy ones.
Formal cows.
Yeah.
A cow with a bow tie,
exactly.
if you will.
There you go. There you go. So it's actually the first time the Highland cattle will be showing at the fair this year, and it's kind of crazy that they haven't been here before.
Yeah.
I'm pretty shocked.
Yeah.
But they're fun people. They're very excited to be here, and I spoke with them earlier this morning ahead of the show. That's at 3 o'clock today, so take a listen. I am joined right now by Carrie Nissen, the Highland Cattle Superintendent, one of the new shows at the fair this year. Carrie, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
So we have a new show happening this afternoon. Yes. Tell me about the Highland Cattle Show, what it is.
We are with AHCA, which is AHCA, which is the American Highland Cattle Association. They are our sponsor. They are the national breed for all American Highland cattle around here and around the United States. This is a beef cow. A lot of people do not think it. They just think it's the cute, fluffy cows, which they are. But it's the most magnificent breed that you could ever learn anything about. And even before our show this afternoon at 3 p.m., please come. We are going to have the Mackenzie Highlanders, which are a drum and bagpipe playing session. So they will be here from 2:30 until about 2:50 up in the Cattle Pavilion to introduce us, and that's how it is before all of our shows. So.
And you say they're more than just, the fluffy cows. Yes. Tell me a little bit more about Highland cattle and what they are.
Highland cattle originated obviously from Scotland. The breed goes back, they even say sometimes they came over on the boat. The breed goes back to the 1800s was when they were first starting being recognized as a pure blood breed. Everybody is different in their breeding process and whatnot. We have breeders from all over the United States that go to these shows. We have a very big show, which is our final hoorah, in the end of January at the National Western Stock Show in Denver, Colorado. We also have our national sale that time too. Just for instance, people want these cows. Last year, we had a 10-month-old white heifer that sold for $49,000. The grand champion bull of the national show sold for $50,000. So I wouldn't say it's an up-and-coming breed. They've been around in the United States with people showing them for the past 50 years. But thanks to Hobby Lobby, we now are this phenomenon of a breed that everybody is wanting to know about. So,
And what does it mean to have a brand new show this year, to even have a show in general?
I've advocated for this with the Iowa State Fair for a little over a year now. Tried to put the plug in, hey, I know they have horns and that might scare some people, but they are one of the most docile cattle breeds there is. So, I mean, it's amazing to be able to have at least 30 here, and next year, I will guarantee you, we will have double this amount of cattle here. So,
That's super exciting. Tell me about the representation here. You said at least 30. Tell me about state-wise, where they're coming from, and a little bit more about the cattle themselves.
yes, so actually, every breeder but one here is from the state of Iowa. So that was awesome. Sorry. We do have a Wisconsin breeder that's also here. And for right now, that's all we have. But I'm hoping to get Nebraska, Colorado, Minnesota, other Wisconsin breeders. So
I love that Iowa's representing. Okay, any final thoughts, Carrie, that you want to leave us with?
come enjoy our cattle. Please come enjoy. The breeders are more than welcome to share their stories, their breeding tips, anything with anybody that wants to learn.
They're absolutely beautiful. All right, Carrie, thank you so much for joining us today.
All right, very good. Thank you.
All of you hungry fairgoers have spoken. You have picked the best new fair food. And for a repeat year, it is Win and Sarah's Kitchen with the bacon chicken ranch egg roll after the cheeseburger egg roll last year. So congratulations.
Yes. Thank you so much. We are just still in shock. We're just so appreciative.
You said a lot of emotions going on right now.
A lot of emotions, a lot of sweat, a little bit of grease, a little bit of dust in the air, but just super proud of my parents and everything they've achieved. We just, they're our leaders. We anything they need us to do, we're there for them, and it just feels real good to be here.
You talked about being proud of your parents. What has this meant for them to be able to put this business together and have so many people in their corner?
It means the world to us. I remember them opening the first location in Indianola, and we didn't know if how good it was going to do or if anybody was going to show up, and we've had a lot of support through the years. Fast forward to the fair, same kind of emotions, didn't know how it was going to go, and to win it for a second time is just incredible. Very, very proud of them.
Now, we know people have been saying they're coming here and they're getting great food. They love this new fair food. It tastes great. They love the service that they get when they get here. It's a whole experience.
Yes, it's definitely experience. Our motto at the restaurant is enter as strangers, leave as friends, and we want to bring that same experience here to the fair.
Okay, so 2 years in a row. I know this is probably a horrible question to ask right now. Are you going for a third year?
You never know. We are just so amazed that we were even placed the first year, second year. We'll take anything. We're just so grateful to be here. I know I keep saying that, but that's just how we feel.
Okay, one last question. What's your secret at Win and Sarah's Kitchen to a winning food?
The secret is Mom. Mom has every single egg roll and crab rangoon has been through her hands some way, somehow, whether it's wrapping, rolling, creating the filling, and I think that's the special touch and the special ingredient that makes our food incredible.
Well, I mean this when I say it. Your family, very special people. Love to see you winning. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, when you stop by the DNR building here at the Iowa State Fair, you can learn about a lot of things, and especially your water quality. This is something we've been talking a lot about in our news lately, so it's a very important topic, and it's a great chance for people to come and really get to learn about it.
Yeah, with the water quality, we've kind of brought some instruments today just to kind of show people. This is our aqua troll. We named her Daphne. Basically, we can stick her inside of the water. She's going to tell us the turbidity, DO, specific conductivity, all of that fun stuff. We also can use these for fish kills. We will then collect a sample of water from the location that we are looking at. We then run E. coli tests. So what you see is the coliform, and inside the coliform family is the E. coli family. And so the X's on here are actually E. coli. I brought a black light so you can actually see it because they do fluoresce under the black light, but it's too sunny out here, which is good. So then after we do that, we see like a really high number in any of our samples that are just ridiculous. So we'll fill this up with water, and we'll just kind of count how many milliliters we push through. And so it goes into this filter right here, and so then this collects the DNA inside of the filter. We put a preservative in it, and then we ship it off to Colorado to a company that we use. We then get a report back with quantified numbers of what's in the water, so we can use this to, if we go upstream from a town and we see that there's not a lot of human DNA, and then we go downstream and we see that there's a lot of human DNA on the source track, we can say that there's probably some infrastructure failure that we need to work on. And we can also use these for DNA too. If we want to know how many fish are within this waterway, we can get a hit on just how many DNA counts are in there. So like we could say like there's 56 Johnny Darters, so it's really great.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can learn a lot with these samples.
Oh yeah, we can learn a lot and process a lot.
Very nice. And when people stop by your booth, are they pretty curious about how healthy our water is?
Yeah, they ask us a good bit about the health of the water, mostly about the E. coli. That's the big item on the table right now. And so, I mean, what I've been telling them is I can tell you the readings, but it changes very frequently.
And obviously, this might seem like an obvious question, but why should people care about what's in their water?
There's a lot of bacteria and diseases that are in the water. Lake of Three Fires had the brain-eating amoeba, and so that child unfortunately did not survive. And so it's very important to understand what we have in the water so that we can protect the public.
And you're constantly working to monitor that, right?
Oh yes, we are constantly working 24/7 to just monitor, do analysis, and write reports.
Well, thanks for being out here and showing the public how you do that, and then sharing with us. Yeah. It's very, very interesting. You can come on out to the DNR building, see for yourself how that's done. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great one.
Thanks.
I'm here with Lou Seipel, and Lou, you're the Iowan of the day. How do you feel?
This is awesome. This is one of the coolest things that has happened in the 40 years we've been around in radio and TV in Central Iowa, to be the Iowan of the day at the Iowa State Fair on the last Saturday of the greatest fair in the country. It is pretty darn cool. That's all I can say.
Absolutely. And you're spending all day at the Iowa State Fair. What's on your bucket list?
Look at this. This is a partial to-do list, okay? Partial to-do list on the bucket list, and we've checked off quite a few of them. So first and foremost, we met over with Speed Harrigan, the gang, over at the Bill Riley stage earlier today. We had a gizmo a little bit ago. We stopped by the pork tent. We went down the giant slide. We stopped by the Destination Grill. We stopped by What You Smoking. Talked to the What You Smoking people, including Johnny B, the comedian. He works over there. Cookies Barbecue Truck and Trailer. We're going to go over there. Sky Glider. We had a chance to go on the Sky Glider. Was that fun?
That was really
fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We still are heading over to see the Big Boar and the Big Bull. We had the Butter Cow Tornado, which was amazing. Wasn't that good?
Yep.
Oh, it was so good. We're going to do that. We're going to go see the Hot Springs folks and see if we can jump in their endless pool to cool off, because it's like 4 or 5 degrees now.
And the heat index is in the triple digits, so stay cool out there.
Yeah, did the slingshot earlier today with my wife Kathy. Had her first ride in that, so that was very cool. And we still have a bunch more to go to, so we have a lot of things to go, so and only a few hours to do it, so we have our work cut out for us.
Right. And today you're trying some foods. What has been your favorite Iowa State Fair food?
The gizmo hit the spot, that was really good, but the new fair food that really kind of surprised me that was so good was the Butcher's Donut over at Destination Grill. Graziano sausage is mixed in there. There's a nice little bite to it, so that was a pleasant surprise.
Okay, noted. I'll have to try that as well. And outside the Iowa State Fair, just here in Iowa, tell me about the people and why you've been here so long. I mean, what keeps you staying here?
It's been a long journey, and we've been around here for a long time. I just like the people because they're honest, and they can tell if you're being honest back with them, and you can connect with them on a one-on-one basis. That's the reason that we are here, that's why Emma and I are here at the Iowa State Fair. We're not beamed in from some other city. We're not on satellite. We're here in Des Moines. We live in Des Moines, and we love Des Moines, and this is what it's all about. The Iowa State Fair is what it's all about. So we're real people in your backyard helping with your community, and that's what this is all about too. It's all about the community, how we can help give back to the community and help the different organizations.
Absolutely, and that is one of the most important parts of Iowa and the Iowa State Fair. And can you also tell me, who would you like to thank for your award today, and who would you like to thank for getting you to where you are today?
There's so many people, so many different organizations that have allowed me the honor of helping them achieve some certain things, but especially Annette Hacker and the whole gang at Food Bank of Iowa. They're the ones that nominated me for this. Thank you so much. Continuing to do work with Food Bank of Iowa. Sunday, the biggest paying main contest, food contest-wise, at the fair is their contest on Sunday, and it's food that you get from a food pantry, less than $5 per serving. You can now cook it in a crock pot or an Instapot now. That's new part of the rules, and it's looking to be very delicious, but looking to give back and just draw some more attention and the benefits and how much work the Food Bank of Iowa does for food insecure people here in the state of Iowa. Folks, do you realize that 1 in 5 kids are looking for a meal? They're food insecure. That's not right. Not in Iowa. Okay, we have to do something about this. 1 in 7 people are in need of food. They are food insecure, and the Food Bank of Iowa is making some strides into getting rid of that, trying to curb that as much as we can, and we're helping them. We'll continue to help them too.
Absolutely, Lou. Very honorable cause. And I want to know also about you. Most people know you for being the host of Iowa Live, but you do a host of other things. So tell me, what can we catch you doing on your day off?
Days off, people that have watched for any length of time or listened for any of the 40 years that we've been on in Central Iowa, if you can't find me on TV doing something, you'll probably find me doing something with animals or at a racetrack. So I'll be at Knoxville or Iowa Speedway or Boone or someplace like that. Motorsports is in our blood. It has been our entire life. And so we're going to be doing that. And by the way, winner of the Knoxville Nationals, 18-year-old Ryan Timms, will be on Iowa Live this week. We just got confirmation on that a little bit ago. Yeah. So that's going to happen. So yeah, we're plugged into the motorsports community as well. So if we're not mowing our lawn, we're racing to the racetrack.
That's right. Lou, I want to know, do you have any last words for us about being the Iowan of the day? What an honor that is.
No, it really is humbling. This is something I never expected. I never thought that I would even have this pin. Look at this cool little pin that I got there. Is that
look
cool?
at that. Yeah.
And then never did I think I'd have a golf cart without having to return it in 15 minutes back to the TV station before it's done. So I get this all day. So that is the best part. But you know what? This is all about the people of the Des Moines area, about Iowa. And if you see any of us, if you see me, if you see Emma, if you see Stephanie, anybody that is out and about, please say hi. We want to connect with you, the viewer, and we just want to try to make our world a little bit better in any way that we can. So if we can help in any way, please let us know. That's what we're here for.
Great last words, Lou. Well, you can catch him, Lou Seipel, at the Iowa State Fairgrounds all day today, as he is the Iowan of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody.
See ya.